There once was a man named Gold Roger who was king of the pirates. He had fame, power, and wealth beyond your wildest dreams. Before they hung him from the gallows, these were the final words he said.
Our perspective is yours for the taking, but you'll have to join us first. We left everything we debated at the Yonkō Table.
Ever since, pirates from all over the world set sail for the Grand Line, searching for the Yonkō Table, the table that will make their dreams come true.
Yo, everyone. The Yonkō Table has set sail yet again, this time into season 3 of The Boys. Specifically, episode 4. Last week, we had a lot to cover with episodes 1 through 3 of the season premiere of season 3 of The Boys, but now we're back to a normal weekly schedule, more digestible episodes than the 3 hours we had to cover worth of content. But now there's a lot to even talk about with this episode alone. We're going to get into it, but with me, as always, is fellow Yonkō, GrandMasterHoop. Grandmaster, we missed you last week for The Boys.
Yes, I was out of country, in a country that does not have Amazon Prime. So even if I could be with y'all, I could even watch The Boys. So I caught up when I got back on Monday, binged the first 3, watched episode 4 earlier today, and here I am. I'm glad to be with The Boys to talk about The Boys.
Ooh, play on words. I like it. I like it.
Yes.
And with us, as always, our fellow Supernovas to deep dive The Boys and let The Boys, as Grandmaster put it, deep dive this episode of The Boys. What did you guys think about this episode? I thought it was pretty great. Set up a lot of events that are going to occur as the season progresses, but a lot of big things happened. But overall, like, what did you guys think of the episode?
It was a good episode. I don't think there's ever a bad episode of The Boys. I will say, I think I actually like watching The Boys, like binging. I like watching them one after the other. I don't think
all at once.
Yeah, I don't know if I like The Boys as a weekly thing, but it's fine. Yeah. Just watching 1 through 3 back to back. I think I enjoyed it more like that, but that's okay. We can, sit back and digest it. But yeah, I thought this episode was good. I don't know why. I mean, I know The Boys is satirical in nature as far as, pokes fun at the superhero franchise. But now I'm starting to think The Boys is just a giant metaphor too. And maybe I'm an idiot for now realizing this, but maybe it's just a metaphor. The supes are like, I don't know, the 1% who abuse their power and whatnot. And
it is,
and I realized that a lot in this episode when it comes to like corporations and, catering to the masses, whether it be like a social movement going on or just anything like that. But now I really like The Boys a lot more because I'm like, wow, it's a metaphor. So this episode opened my eyes. Maybe my eyes should have already been open.
They should have.
Like, they were open, but now they're like wide open because I'm like, damn, did it really take this blatant example?
Only took 3 seasons. Who's counting?
Well, yeah, right. So I love The Boys. I think this episode was good. It had a good couple of shocking moments, and
it did.
Yeah, we're gonna get into it. But yeah, I don't think there's ever a bad episode of The Boys.
Okay. Toasty.
I agree with Grandmaster with the episode being better if they were all together, because I realized from today's episode, The Boys tend not to do a lot of things in one episode. They tend to drop one little piece that builds up into the next episode. So that's what we saw with the first 3 episodes. We got a little piece of the pie in the first one, build up into the second, build up into the third. Today, we got a piece, but I was left wanting more. By the end of the episode, my question was, that's it? So...
Really? That's it?
Yeah. Dude, yeah. Because the way it ended, like, we're going to talk about it later with Starlight, Hughey taking the V-Temp, the Kimiko and Frenchie situation. All of those things are questions I still have because it's building up right now. but I know I won't get the answer for another week. And for me, I was there like at 3 a.m. when it aired, because I've been up since 1 a.m. So
Jesus.
yeah, so I was on Amazon, and if you check Amazon this morning, they dropped the episode an hour later to like 4. So I was really on my TV till 4 trying to figure out to watch the episode.
Oh, so they drop it at 4 a.m. the episode?
So 3, yeah, because there was a glitch in their system. But
but that's not the usual thing then.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 3 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah, so I felt like, again, like there was something missing. I don't know, like I wish it was all of it at once. If it was all of it at once, I can binge the show, I can follow the story back to back, and I can take a break if I want to. Now I feel like I was given a break I didn't want to have, because again, we have Kimiko and Frenchie, we have Starlight issue with Supersonic, which we're going to talk about later. We have the Deep and A-Train just being grade A douchebags. Like, all of those things are things that it was exciting to see, but we still know we're not going to get anything else until next week, which sucks.
I mean, obviously, I guess I prefer, like, a series to binge, because you have everything at once. But I feel like some series, and hell, it's even some that we've covered at the Yonkō Table, I feel like some of them are really bland in between weekly watchings. I mean, Obi-Wan, episode 4. Yeah. Oh, great. This episode, great. Fantastic. Gotta wait another week for the next one. But hey, let's get into the boys. I think Toasty and Grandmaster, you mentioned it earlier, but there's a lot of content with the Deep and A-Train in this episode. How'd you guys feel about A-Train? Because there's a lot to talk about with him, both in the beginning and the allegations at the end. You
think those are allegations?
Well, there's certain things with this that I think, this is why I like it as a weekly, like this episode I thought was really good, just because it left me, at least, with a lot of questions about how exactly did this happen, which we'll get into it, towards our discussion of the end of the episode. But even in the beginning, A-Train's trying to rebrand himself, right? Still. He's trying to get in touch with his roots, like in Roots, and it's hilarious. It's hilarious because it's not genuine. It's just a means for him to try and get back in the limelight, because homie can't run anymore. His heart will explode, right? If he runs again.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay. So I need a little refresher. He can't run. I forgot what happened in season 2.
Remember, he kept taking the V-Temp or the
Compound V.
Yeah, Compound V to boost up his ability.
His speed, right.
Yeah, but it put a strain in his heart to the point which is why he had the heart attack at the end of the last season. And I think Starlight had to revive him.
Right. Oh, and that's why he's like, now we're even. Right.
Yeah, now he's binge eating because he used to eat like this before
because he could run.
But now, honestly, I don't know how he's still part of the 7.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm like, why is he still in the 7?
The man is getting bullied.
I think
it's hilarious.
Again, corporatism, like we mentioned earlier, it's an image. He's the Flash of the team.
They can find another Black Flash.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's also.
I mean, there's an entire continent of Black people in their universe. I'm sure there's a runner out there
running like this.
So he can run, but if he does, he might go into cardiac arrest.
Actually, we don't even know if he can run because he hasn't run since
Right. But he was told by, I'm assuming, the medical, people that helped him rehabilitate. They said, your heart, because of the Compound V. Compound V. Compound V, because of what you took, it has some side effects. The strain on your heart, if you start to run, if it starts beating that quickly again, it might explode. Just don't run. So I feel like at some point, he's gonna get pushed
to run. Yeah,
he's gonna have to run, and maybe he'll realize, he can.
No, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. the Homelander is gonna bully him into a race. He's gonna cry. He's gonna run, and he's gonna win. But right at the end, he's gonna fall over from a heart attack. And Homelander is gonna say something sneaky like, "Take out the garbage. He's done," or like some other things like that. Like, yeah.
Well, because like A-Train in the last episode, he went back to where his brother lives, right? Like his hometown.
Yeah, his older brother or little brother, I can't remember.
I think it's his older brother.
Older, yeah.
Because his older brother used to be his manager.
Yeah.
Wait, so that's not the same brother? No,
that's
so he has multiple brothers.
No, I think
actually no, he does, because I think they said he's a son of 9. I think.
No, but I thought
no,
the new
this
manager
is the one
was
that
just a random person. But
the manager's a random person. Yeah.
But who was the one saying the brother was the manager?
No, he
the
used
one that
to
he
be.
went to see in the hometown used to be his whole manager from like season 1.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, they used to work together. But the brother said it when they met together, he gave up that life because he was not fun or something along those lines. He gave some excuse like, I got tired of the business. That was his excuse.
Right.
So he went back home. He asked A-Train to help the community, but A-Train say, "Hey, I'm not Malcolm X. I'm Michael Jordan."
And that is such. See, I'm glad you mentioned that. Is such a powerful line, because Michael Jordan for years has been pressured to stand up for the community, and he does not. And I think to this day too, I hope he's not listening to this, but yeah, like to this day, like he's not out here building schools and whatnot. And for years,
maybe he is doing it, but we don't know.
Yeah, we may not know, but he's not public about it. That's the
like
thing.
Akon. Right. Akon is building a bunch of things in Africa, but the average American would never know that.
Right.
So
I did know that too. Yeah. But I feel A-Train, he's in a weird place. I do think he's coming from a genuine place after talking with his brother. Yeah. However, like, it's such this deep-rooted desire to be respected among the 7. Like, stop trying to seek the appraisal of Homelander. Homelander's an asshole, you know? And
it's like is a douchebag. He killed Hughey's girlfriend. He killed his girlfriend. Like, the man is a douche. Just because now he's low, I don't feel bad for him. I hope he get his ass bullied. Every time I see him on screen with Homelander, I'm already laughing because I know Homelander is gonna drop a line.
You know, this harshness you're giving A-Train, you refuse to give it to the Deep, or used to not give it to the Deep. Oh, I feel bad for the Deep. I'm like, you feel bad for the Deep?
Well, the Deep too is an idiot too.
Yeah,
he's an idiot. I don't feel bad for him though.
That's not the Deep is an idiot. A-Train is not an idiot. The Deep is a.
I feel they're both idiots. Like that scene when they're fighting in the hallway, whispering, like, you know, I'm gonna tell him you dug up the video out of the ocean. Well, I'm gonna tell him you did this. And
that was it felt like school children almost. It was fun.
Right. And my problem is like the Deep too, trying to seek this appraisal from Homelander. He just made you eat seafood on the day you got back.
Not only seafood, his best friend, Timothy.
Like, come on, dude.
Raw.
Yeah, and then, to be fair, he's getting bullied by his wife also. So the Deep get it from everywhere, at home and at work. So,
right. They just both of them lack the Deep lacks cojones. Like he can't stand up for himself. He's gonna do anything to get back to the limelight. But A-Train, and again, this is why I said it's like a giant metaphor. You know, their response to when he said, you know, that one superhero was over policing black neighborhoods, Blue Hawk, and their response was like, are you saying we need less superheroes? I think we need more superheroes. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's the argument of we need more policing, not less policing. And then you had the whole our backgrounds going on, that trash Kendall Jenner
that was the Kardashian soda thing, right?
Yeah, that was the
Pepsi commercial.
Yes. Trash.
That was like hilarious.
So I feel A-Train is coming from a genuine place, and I feel because Starlight went up to him and told him, right? told him what the deal was.
Yeah, she tried to recruit him.
A-Train? Oh, A-Train.
Yeah.
Right.
She went to him. She was like, "Hey, we're building a team. I noticed you being made a bitch by Homelander for the last."
Actually, wait, no,
weeks.
it wasn't Starlight. It was the
Oh,
friend.
Supersonic. Yeah. It
Oh,
was
'cause
Supersonic.
right,
He didn't know. He still didn't believe Starlight on people being douchebag. He was the new kid on the block.
Right.
Right.
Supersonic approaches him. He offers him, "Hey, we got something going on where we're trying to form a team." And I kind of like this because they all know if they try to 1v1 Homelander, it's over. Like, he's gonna obliterate them. But I like how, you have someone like Queen Maeve who is training her butt off for the eventual
confrontation, right?
She knows it's coming. And even Starlight makes a point of it too. She's like, I didn't know you were still training. And Queen Maeve is like, yeah, you're probably told that I'm like, what, like blackout drunk, like every
some girl's tits.
And it's like, no, that's the image she wants to portray so that someone like Homelander doesn't know that she is getting herself stronger a little bit by bit for the eventual confrontation, whenever the hell that is. But yeah, like this episode kind of shows, like, people of the Seven, they're trying to recruit each other and try to see who's on the same side, because Starlight just has to buy time. She has to play the role of Homelander's girlfriend, and I'm sure it's a hellish role to take on. But that's what she has to do. So she's just gauging the room. And then that's when she gets Supersonic. Supersonic tries to recruit A-Train.
Who I like to point out, oh my gosh, too. Of course, Supersonic's on board. Again, from the get-go, he's been noticing Homelander being unhinged. But then Homelander goes and does taco night on his induction day.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
And he spoke to him in Spanish.
Yes, he's like, I don't really speak Spanish, bro. And it's just like, oh man, Homelander's such a dick, dude.
But what about the deep? More delicioso.
You see, it's funny because I can see why you might feel bad for someone like the Deep. Because when Homelander does it, it's an intentional insult. When the Deep does it,
it's because he's a dumbass. That's
he's
the
a
only
follower.
reason.
The Deep is not a leader. He's a straight up follower. And I mean, A-Train said it too. He's like, the way you kiss Homelander's ass, he's just a kiss ass. But that's the kid in school who you're like, okay, so you just the follower. You're not the ringleader. You're gonna do whatever he does. They all suck. They all suck.
They do. The Deep.
Actually, Black Noir was shown in this episode. That was the first time we seen him since the peanut incident. It was a short scene. He was drawing a sheet of paper. There was nothing else, but
he was there. Yep.
Just wanting to mention Black Noir is back.
He is back, which makes me wonder, like, if we ever missed him before. Because what if it was a subtle scene like this, where he just appears in the room and we just don't remember from season 2 or something?
Possibly, but now it's gonna answer the question: is he the black guy from the Vietnam battle, or is he somebody else?
Because... No, he is the black guy.
Yeah, we did come from that because he got burned. Yeah, you're right.
Right.
So the members of the Seven, they're doing their own taco night for Supersonic's induction. But actually, wait, is it Supersonic or Sonic Boom?
Supersonic.
Okay.
You just got Sonic on the brain.
I just got Sonic on the brain. I mean, both are applicable. It really isn't. But that's another topic for another day. So what happens? We also got Butcher and Hughey. Butcher souping up again on Temp V, a compound that he swore to his friends. It was a one and done deal. He just needed it to rock Gunpowder's shit. But no, homie is souping up again, this time as a contingency plan, because they're trying to find the hidden secret weapon that supposedly can kill Homelander, right?
The weapon that supposedly killed Soldier Boy as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so there all the information they have is that there's a weapon that can kill there's a weapon that could kill Homelander, and it's the same weapon that killed Soldier Boy.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
Right. But before they're able to go to the facility, they have to finish a mission for what's the lady?
Nina. Who Frenchie used to work for Nina.
Right. And this was the plot thread. I mentioned it to Toasty last week, and I was like, were you following along with this subplot? I don't know. I kind of like tuned out during this segment.
All it was is they needed somebody to get them to Russia. And for some reason, they didn't have a passport, or they want to bother getting a goddamn passport and just fly there normally. But Nina was supposed to sneak them into Russia. But before she got them to Russia, they had to do something for her, which was to kill the guy that we met. But
actually, wait, who was that guy?
No idea. I was gonna ask you.
Okay, was it random?
No idea who he was.
Well, he's trafficking the girls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it wasn't someone that we met before.
No, we never met him. No.
Okay.
So there we go. A random sex trafficker, practically. So
right. So they basically, Nina sends Kimiko their walking weapon to teach the guy a lesson, and I swear, man, some of the corporatism is out of this world, man. Why? This is a product that they're selling for children, the face of the Seven, but then on the other side, you have them opening a wardrobe full of the Star Spangled Banner from Homelander. It's like a bunch of dildos, and I'm like, what is going on in here?
I felt like I was playing Cyberpunk all over again.
Oh my god, actually,
yeah.
You know what? Yeah, it does feel like Cyberpunk, because they have those plastered everywhere in every store in Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
I just really appreciate the boys for coming up with creative scenarios and
like that
choreography.
That
it makes sense too. Again, these guys are all narcissists, so of course they got dildos named after them. You know, the Star Spangled.
The Flounder Pounder.
Banger, the Flounder Pounder, the Silent Screamer. Like, of course
these were genius. These were genius. I like these. These were
I'm not surprised, but it was a cool little scene. But also too, I like deep diving into Kimiko as a whole. Kimiko is very much,
Kimiko's interesting.
She's a very interesting character. She is, she had her childhood taken away. So, she blames her power. She resents her power. She, hates everything to do with, soups and whatnot. And she hates giving people an image that would instill fear, take away their childhood,
like what happened
them.
in the second episode, I think.
Right, at a Vought World.
Vought World.
Right. So, and then here she, tells Frenchie that, and that's again the layers. The boys is layered.
Like what?
Like an onion.
Right. Yes, I agree.
On one hand, Butcher hates soups and he hates powers, yet he's willing to throw Kimiko into any situation because she's indestructible, And again, it's against her better wishes because she doesn't like to use her powers. And she tells it to Frenchie. She's like, he just uses me as a weapon. He just aims me, points and shoots. And he's a hypocrite. Billy's a hypocrite, especially using the temp V, know. But it's layered though too, because it's like, of course he's gonna send Kimiko. Everybody else might get shot up,
Yeah, no, I mean he has to. It's one of those things where they don't know what they're walking into. They don't know if this weapon is guarded. They don't know what the weapon is. I mean, I don't blame Homelander for doing it, but it is like you said, there's layers to it.
You said Homelander.
Oh, Billy.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Billy.
Yeah, I said Homelander. Billy the Butcher. Yeah. I think it was really neat to see. He doesn't like doing this. But there is someone that seemingly enjoys it from what we saw at the end, because there's a second character that is interested in Temp V, and that's our boy Hughey.
Yeah.
Butcher, and I like Butcher for this because part of me was thinking like when Hughey says, Butcher, give me some of that. And and Butcher's like, Hughey, no, like I'm not doing that to you. This is something on me. I'm not doing this because I want to. But Hughey still sneaks in and he steals some temp V. And he got teleportation.
He was teleporting.
Super strength.
And super
Yeah,
strength.
super strength. Yeah.
I'm assuming the super strength thing is kind of like a universal thing that all supes have. Obviously,
Yeah.
Homelander has the upscaled super strength that's really, Z tier and everything. But everyone else has just this standard super strength where you're not beating them in an arm wrestling match, plus whatever power they have. So Butcher, and I'm assuming they're gonna make them each unique. So Butcher has like the laser vision and the super strength.
Right.
Hughey has the teleportation and the super strength. Were you guys surprised that Hughey souped up and he punched a hole through a soldier? Like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Why are you apologizing? Who are you apologizing to?
I have the perfect picture for that. I'll send it later to you guys. But I'm not surprised. He was the weakest character. The chance that he has to have one taste of power, of course you're gonna take it. For God's sake. He's literally the most useless character out of the group. He has no skills whatsoever. So he needs a boost. And I'm calling it right now. He get a taste of the power, he's gonna get addicted to it real quick. And that's gonna break up his relationship with Starlight.
And then I mean, Butcher's already addicted. I'm calling it now. Butcher is not taking it as a contingency.
Yeah.
Like,
Really? You don't think so?
It's an addictive.
He likes the power.
It's an addictive quality. And yes, it's power hungry. Yeah. And actually, the more we talk about it, the way Butcher kind of like was like, no, this is only me. I was like, oh, this is like a ring of power scenario.
Yeah, almost like selfish. I don't want anybody else to have it. It should only be me doing it. And of course, he's going to use the excuse, I have to protect everyone. But no, they showed that entire season, the weakness, how weak they are. Like, Hughey couldn't open a jar. Butcher felt helpless because he couldn't help the son. It's really, that's the theme of this entire season. Those guys feeling helpless, and now that they got the power, they're gonna take it too far.
And then you can see it too. Hughey's like, Kimiko's in the back dying, and Hughey's over here
he's laughing.
Right, he's like twiddling with his fingers, like looking at his power. But yeah, it makes total sense. Hughey has been the weakest, and he's over it. Homelander comes into his house with Starlight, and just laughs in his face that it's just for the cameras, Hughey, don't you worry, and signs his cast. And Hughey can't do a thing about it.
Not only that,
he still stood up to him. He's kind of stood up to. I mean, he obviously couldn't do anything, but I feel like that speaks for Hughey's character.
No, Homelander still told him, "Hey, the relationship with Maeve also started as a fake one, and we all know what it led to," implying that he was planning on taking Starlight away from Hughey. He insulted the boy.
It was and Hughey would like to do something to Homelander, but he can't. He would have liked to done something to A-Train. That time A-Train just had to give him an apology,
Right.
So, and then
that's right. He confronted him on that. I forgot about that. He said, apologize to me.
Right. And then, he joins the Bureau, and it's all a political game between Vicky and Stan Edgar. Hughey can't win. He really can't win. It really sucks for Hughey.
Hughey get the perfect power because Nikki or Vicky or Newman, the senator, her power is that she must look at you to kill you.
Right.
With the teleportation power, Hughey can teleport so fast, she won't be able to keep an eye on him. He might be the one to take her out. He literally has the perfect power to counter her power.
I feel like the more we see Vicky, I want to know what her limitations are on her powers, because you have scenes like when Homelander is standing right in front of her, and she's said multiple times that she's afraid of him. But it's like, why don't you pop his head? You know, like is the popping of the head limited to how strong you are compared to the other person? Because she's only popped heads of
Humans.
I think normal, yeah, like not even Supes, I think, right?
No, her friend Todd, whatever the guy that she killed next to the
Oh, he was a
dumpster,
Supe.
He was a Supe?
Yeah,
because they were from the orphanage.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And remember when he pushed her, she flew against the dumpster. Like,
that's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
A regular person can't do that.
Homelander did it. Yeah, he basically asked a good question. He's like, "Why don't you just pop my head? Maybe if they have super strength, maybe they could withstand some of the pop, you know."
Right.
But I would imagine her power kind of works on. She could probably pop at a distance, but the further the distance, the lesser the pop.
Okay.
You see, we don't know that either, because remember at the end of the previous season, she was standing outside of the gate. She was really on the street, and she was able to pop the head of some random guy instead of his house.
Right. But I imagine the further you are, it might put more strain on her.
I mean, well, because it could be correlated to like the strength of the person also, like what we said earlier. The further away they are and the stronger they are, then maybe she can't be as effective compared to like a normal human.
But the fact of the matter is,
the strongest person.
The fact of the matter too, her and Homelander like this now.
Wait, is that like friends?
Yeah, they're friends. Because
they're not friends, but she betrayed Stan. She betrayed her dad, Stan Edgar.
Dad, quotation marks.
But he was the only dude keeping Homelander in check, you know?
Right.
So, and Homelander said it too. He's like, whoever was hiding behind the apron, that's over now. You're out in the open. So, shaking it up.
I thought, I mean, there were multiple times that I thought Homelander was gonna kill this guy. Like even, Stan. Is it Stan or Sten?
Stan.
Stan.
You guys
do you have a problem with how we pronounce it?
It's Stan. It's Stan.
Stan, as he gazes upon the cityscape, I thought Homelander was gonna kill him.
Oh yeah, when he called him useless, like a fun experiment.
He's like, why? Like, I thought you were intimidating before. Why did I think that? You're not intimidating. And I mean, the more Stan kept throwing insults at Homelander, I'm like, he's gonna do it. But he didn't do it. He still hasn't done it, which is insane.
Stan has power.
Stan does have power, but it's a game that Homelander knows if he kills Stan, he's like suspect number one.
Yeah,
like,
that's fair.
And he's egotistical, he's narcissistic, he's got a godlike complex. He wants the people's approval. He cares about the standings. What is it? The points. He's like, you're up.
Yeah.
11 points.
The popularity points.
He needs it to feed his ego. If not, he's going to let loose and just destroy the world. So he allows this to keep himself in check and at bay. So, but he knows he wishes he could kill Starlight too, but who can he kill?
Right.
He can definitely get away with killing Supersonic, which I did not see coming.
I did not
screen time.
see that
he was
coming.
Not protected. Yeah.
Which is funny because I know Toasty and we were talking about it last week. I thought Supersonic was being genuine, like in terms of him wanting to help Starlight. I think Toasty was suspicious.
Nobody
he's
can
too
be that
nice,
man. The man was too nice. There was something weird about him, and I'm winning to bet he's not dead. He's faking it.
His face is like
gone.
No,
it's a fake body. This man was too nice.
He's dead.
She didn't check the pulse.
He's gone.
He's definitely dead. Because and he you know what? He's gonna spin it too. That like Supersonic infiltrated that game show to infiltrate the Seven.
Oh, like he was a double agent.
Yeah, they're totally gonna spin it like that,
Actually, I believe it was in the comic and in season 1. They could always bring him back because they said either Compound V or they had a formula to bring back the dead. Was that in season 1 or no?
I don't
remember that.
To bring back
it must
the
have been
dead?
in the comic. It must have been in the comics, so they could always bring him back. None of these characters are technically permanently dead if they get that part from the comic later on.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say that's how much they choose to take from the comics, though.
Yeah.
Right. I hope they don't, because it kind of takes away the weight a scene like this is supposed to give. Because
right.
I didn't think he was gonna die yet. Maybe if he died, I thought it was gonna be like at the end of the season when things are escalating. But no, he's Homelander rocked him.
Yeah, he died a fool because he trusted a goddamn train, the biggest sellout.
Actually, he trusted more Starlight too. Starlight gave him a warning. She said, "Do not come onto the 7 because these people are psychopaths."
Yes.
And he did not listen. Mind you, it was for a
just cause.
Yeah.
He wanted to help her.
He wanted to help.
Actually,
I would have. I mean, I understand why he thought he could go to A-Train and recruit A-Train. But at the end of the day, A-Train is he's been in the game too long. He's warped, you know?
Yeah.
He's gonna try to get into the good graces of Homelander despite this, tirade. He rains down on him. And that's why it's hard to like A-Train. I don't like A-Train. Like, I really want to, but you're an idiot.
So are we on the train that are we believing Homelander that A-Train did actually inform him of
100%.
Supersonic?
Yes.
Either that or
interesting. Because think about
he heard them. Maybe he heard them also.
I think I'm of the mindset that he heard them. And the only reason why I say that is because what better way to make a divide amongst the people that are trying to sabotage Homelander than to tell someone he knows that doesn't like him, saying, "Oh yeah, I didn't have to hear this. Your buddy A-Train told me." And then it's like, ooh, so it's a mind game. He's putting that in her head to make her think, wow, A-Train betrayed our little alliance that we were making. I can't trust him for anything, so I'm by myself again. I'm not gonna attempt to sabotage Homelander. I think it's a mind game Homelander's doing. I really think he overheard what was going, because at the same time, it doesn't even make sense for me why A-Train would do what he did, especially the moment after he was bullied on the ground by the Deep and Homelander. Both of them.
Maybe because he wanted to get on Homelander's good side over the Deep. Because he did say, "How the hell am I getting bullied by the fucking Deep?" That was his quote. So
he
maybe
did not say Homelander.
He wants to turn the table on the Deep and get some revenge. And the best way to get revenge is by getting on Homelander's good side. Because Homelander will bully the Deep also. And the only reason the Deep hasn't messed up this season is because of his wife, who's keeping him in track. Every time he has to do something is because of the wife. She's sending him a text. She's the one that told him about you need to keep that guy on patrol and had more superheroes because you share the same fan base. So if popularity goes up or if you remove superheroes, your fan base are gonna go down. And Homelander was like, "Oh yeah, you're right. Let's move on." So
it's possible. I can see it going both ways. It's just I kind of want A-Train to get a redemption arc, even though he's terrible.
He could.
That thing.
He still could, because when push comes to shove, if the moment comes where they all just start, ganging up on Homelander, he might choose right then and there. Or maybe if Homelander does some racist act in front of,
he is gonna do it. He is.
I don't think Homelander is racist. I think he's just a douchebag, though.
So, no, he's a douchebag, but he is racist. He's definitely racist. He's everything. And then when y'all were talking about it last week about how he doesn't care about the white supremacists supporting him, it's because he thinks he is the most supreme.
Okay, that's fair.
It's next level. It's if Hitler didn't think he was on par.
Complex.
Yeah, it's a god complex, right?
Yeah.
I'm the only man in the sky, So if push comes to shove, A-Train might make a split second decision. But I'm telling you, if they go to like one of these neighborhoods that A-Train was talking about, which I think they're gonna show something.
I feel like they will.
know,
Yeah.
And Homelander just does the utmost worst thing, that'll be enough for A-Train. I would hope it's enough for A-Train.
Right. Because like they're showing him going back to his neighborhood, like trying to humanize him a little bit, try to get him in touch with his family again. I feel like that's for a purpose. You know, like they're doing something with that. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see who the real rat was all along, who told Homelander or if Homelander overheard it. But
Homelander is gonna kill the brother. I'm calling it right now. He's either gonna kill the brother or burn the neighborhood to the ground. That's what he was gonna do.
He could, and then he'll spin some racist shtick on it. And I feel like we're gonna see A-Train run again at some point, whether it's this season or final battle, whatever. I feel like when we see him run, it's gonna be for the boys, like in one final, as a final act, like, you know, because his heart's gonna give out when he does it, as a final act to say, Homelander, you know, I don't know. We'll see.
I can see it. I can see it.
But next thing, I wonder who's gonna replace Supersonic in the 7.
That was the point of him joining on. He was the 7th member.
He's dead now. They might go after because there were 2 other girls left. There was the black girl and there was the Afghani girl.
He said we will never have a Muslim on the 7.
Right.
They're not gonna get that girl.
So maybe the black girl, because he didn't say anything about her.
They might get Blue Hawk, the one who's over policing.
But Blue Hawk is like low tier. It's like
don't matter. Don't matter.
That would be good because that would create conflict with A-Train.
Oh, and then now he's gonna okay. Right. Actually, that would make it even worse because assuming A-Train was the one that told him about Supersonic. Now, so the Deep's like, not the Deep, Homelander's like, so we gotta find a replacement. He brings in Blue Hawk, and now A-Train's like, I just helped this man.
Exactly.
Get the rat.
It'd be better if the guy start bullying A-Train. Or start looking at him and say, oh, what is this guy doing here?
This guy in all caps. We'll see. I mean, you see, this is why I don't mind it being weekly. You have these theories and stuff going back and forth, like, oh, what's gonna happen next?
Which is, it's okay. I think I prefer watching the boys in chunks, but you know, it's fine. I just feel there are some shows that work better as a binge. I think the boys can work either or. So with that said, I prefer to binge it or watch it in chunks.
Right. And I guess the last thing is like they get to the facility, right, where the weapon is, and there's a souped up hamster in there.
Yeah.
Good old boy Jamie. And he could fly, right? He flew?
Yeah, he could fly.
He flew, yeah. And he burrowed through a dude's eye.
He did. I'm assuming there's other animals in there, some lab rats that are souped up. It's crazy. I don't know. I'm sure they'll explain it next week, like what was going on over there. But
it's the Russians. They were doing their typical experiment on dogs and pets.
Right. And I mean, maybe there's other souped up things in that facility, but the main plot twist was Soldier Boy. He is alive, which is insane. That means Soldier Boy, I think Butcher's the one that opens it up, right? He opens up the container. Soldier Boy comes out. Do we know what Soldier Boy's powers are?
Honestly, I thought it was super strength, but he fired out laser from his chest.
Well, so that's not one of his original powers.
Okay, there we go.
He's just supposed to be a beefed up Captain America. He even uses a shield and whatnot. Right. So my theory with the whole chest, like arc reactor blast, whatever,
right?
That's the weapon. They turned Soldier Boy into a weapon because Kimiko is not healing right now.
He blasted her.
He blasted her. Well, he was blasting and she got in the right. She jumped in front of it.
Well,
Yeah,
he was gonna hit Frenchie.
Right,
with it
right.
For whatever reason, I don't know why.
I think he was
He
just
hate French people.
Sure.
Maybe.
Maybe
But,
he said "mon coeur" too quickly.
She's not healing. So something. I mean, what Homelander can heal? No, does he just heal after taking the beating?
I think it's a natural thing for just like how we said like soups have just natural super strength. I think there's a regenerative healing factor in there. Like I get a scratch and I'm a soup. It's gonna heal faster than like a normal person's.
Okay, so I'm starting to think moving forward. I mean, what? Because Soldier Boy, he escaped. He's running around Russia, right? He escaped the facility, right?
Yeah.
They did a weird job explaining that because
he looked like the Winter Soldier. Honestly,
he did.
He did. It's just I didn't like the transition from like when they blasted Kimiko to when they're in the van. Because part of me thought, wait, is Soldier Boy with you? Or did you run away from him?
He ran, before. Because he ran to the hole. He blasted her to the wall and he jumped to the hole while everybody was still stunned and he just disappeared. So for all we know, this guy is blowing up a random Russian village, or maybe he's cooled down. Yeah, he's a wild dog now. So
okay.
Yeah, they got to get him. Honestly, they need to look at what just happened to Kimiko and be like, we got to get him and point him at the right direction, because I think, Toasty, you said the Winter Soldier. I'm thinking he's been on ice and they let him loose whenever they need him to be.
Okay.
Loose,
Okay.
So
could be.
Right. He might have been running assassinations this whole time. And, the boys now let him loose, and that goes against every of those Russians' plans. So go get him. That's your weapon. That's your weapon right there.
How are they going to get him?
Who? Talk him down?
Talk him down?
Now. No, that's going to be the plan. All of them now have to take the 10V. So next episode, all of them are going to get their powers because they can't beat them regularly. And if his blast is able to hurt Kimiko, that will be the excuse for them because they don't have their weapon anymore. Everybody has to stand up to actually, and that's the excuse for them to actually take the 10V. So,
right.
Yeah.
I wonder, because Mother's Milk, like he was giving Butcher a lot of crap in the van once they were trying to escape Soldier Boy, saying like, I can't keep the team together anymore. Like, especially with what just went on. You're souped up. Hughey souped up. Kimiko could die. Do we think she's gonna die? You think this is the moment?
I hope not. I really hope not.
So.
I
because
think,
I don't think so either. But at the same time, they did that whole thing where, like in typical fiction, before the final mission, they're like, I want to leave or I want to escape and live peacefully.
They did the trope.
They did the trope with Kimiko and Frenchie, and he's like, okay, let's just stick with them and let's leave.
Yeah.
So
if they do that, it'll be disappointing because it's a bad cliche.
It's a very bad cliche,
it's a death trope.
I'm thinking if they would have killed her, they would have killed her on screen, but they had the whole, keep your eyes open, Kimiko, and she was like, I think she'll be out of commission for a while.
Right.
Maybe her healing acceleration is now slower.
Or maybe she lost her power.
But she might have lost her power too, and that could be.
Do we think that's what it is? Like that
could be the weapon. Right?
Arc reactor takes away your
power.
That
will finally give her wish, which allows her to leave because now she no longer has power. She can no longer be at risk.
And think about it too. Here they are. This would be the antithesis to Temp V. What if it is you lose your powers for like 24 hours?
Oh.
Temp V gives you powers for 24 hours.
Right. Right.
Sure. Maybe the weapon said it was able to kill heroes, but what if it was just able to kill the hero's power? Because if you were to take away Homelander's power, you technically kill Homelander.
Right.
He's no longer Homelander. He's just a regular guy in a cape now. So we've been concentrating on a weapon which is supposed to be like a nuclear bomb, but for all we know, It's just them stripping you away of your power, and now you're just regular. Boom, you screw.
Right, because
Yeah,
majority of them were given compound V as a child.
exactly.
Well,
So
what
there
if you
must be a
could-
cure?
What if you can isolate that part of the DNA and boom.
And kill them off, quote unquote.
Right.
That
So
would be interesting.
raises some questions.
Yeah.
I like these. We got. Do we know how many episodes?
It's 8.
8.
Yeah.
Is that how
Yeah,
usually they were
for God's
before?
sake.
Yeah, they're all
Yeah,
8. They're always
it's
All
always
8.
8. Okay. So we're on episode 4. So we're halfway.
That's the
through.
halfway mark. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So I guess could you call it a mid-season finale?
Yes, you could. Yes, you could.
Okay. I'm sold on it. I think it's great. I think there's a lot of questions raised, good questions, and this is what I liked about The Boys. Even watching it from season 1, just trying to figure out what's going to happen next. I don't read the comics. I know there's some parts that they adapt from the comic of The Boys, but I like being in the dark for the most part of what's going to happen next. But any final thoughts on the episode, or like where you want to see the series go after episode 4?
I just like the conversation as far as, I think it's all giant metaphor for the Supes are the 1%. These are normal people trying to take them down. I like that. And again, I should have spotted that from the get-go. But I also
You're
like
here now. That's all that matters.
Right. This is the season of hypocrisy. Everybody is kind of going against their ideals and morals. Everybody kind of, except for like Mother's Milk, which I stand by him, and the whole, looking down on Billy and Hughey for using Temp V. But moving forward, I think they're all going to probably use it. Everyone's going to have to bite their tongue on one of their morals to bring down these Supes or get what they want, because doing it by the moral compass has not worked out for anybody thus far, so everybody's gonna have to bite the bullet, waiting for that culmination. But yeah, I like where it's headed.
Okay.
I'm ready for Homelander to tell the Deep and A Train that they have to fight, and whoever wins stays with the 7. That's what I want to see.
Oh, you think he's gonna like dangle them in front of each other like puppets and say,
He's
Yes.
already doing that basically.
yeah.
And honestly, I can't wait to see a fight between those two, because I think the Deep is underrated with his powers, and A-Train is not ready. And that could be the reason A-Train goes back to his neighborhood and actually start doing some work, because if he's kicked out of the 7, he's gonna have to go back home.
Right.
And he's probably gonna
Right.
go to that depressive state of like, oh my god, I don't have anything, and then boom, he's gonna try to maybe clean up the neighborhood, which in turn is gonna pull him toward the boys. So,
Potentially.
and the Deep is
Um,
100% gonna kill his wife at the end of the show.
You think he's gonna kill her?
Yep, 100%, man. I'm calling it right now. This
Deep
lady's
isn't-
abusing the man.
Oh, well. Something's probably gonna happen to her. And
I think something will happen to her.
And the PR girl too. Something's gonna happen to her.
Something needs to happen to her. I'm starting. She's been irksome since season 1, but like, I kind of want something to happen to her already. Like,
It's because she's the only one still around, so she keeps getting promoted to higher roles. Remember, she was just an assistant in the first season to Homelander's babysitter, the old lady.
yeah,
they used to give him the
he
milk.
was. Yeah.
Yeah, she used the assistant. Now everyone went away, and she's now ahead of everybody. So
She's
God bless her.
problematic.
she's hilarious.
She is. I think actually, yeah, we were talking about the cabinet of dildos earlier. I think
She had the special one ready.
Okay.
Did you notice how she used the same quote that Homelander used on her
Yes.
to talk to
Yes.
the other guy, which is
Yes.
hilarious, man.
That wasn't rhetorical.
Answer me.
And he
Silliness.
said yes.
Silliness. But yeah, I know we also got news that we're greenlit for a season 4 for The Boys.
Obviously.
That's great. Well, it's not obvious. We don't know where the 3rd season's gonna go.
It's obvious.
It's
Is
obvious. They're
it?
not gonna end it after
Well,
season 3.
Actually, I wanted to mention that because I want to warn both, our fellow pod mates and our audience, be careful, because the boys' Twitter account, they tweeted the celebration of season 4 being greenlit, and they showed like a collage of all the actors and actresses showing like, the number 4, saying, oh, number 4, season 4. There is a character missing from that collage, and people in the comments pointed out, why'd you spoil this? Because because you're not showing this person, it implies that they're gonna die this season. Because so and again,
I thought about that too when I saw it.
I saw the image and I didn't pay. I did it on purpose. I did not pay attention to who and every single person that was in there, but I noticed people in the comments were saying, yeah, this was a little bit of a spoiler. And so fair warning, just keep your eyes out. If you guys see that image, scroll past it, ignore it. Just know season 4 is greenlit. That's all that image is supposed to say. But yeah, I would say that wraps up everything that we have to say about episode 4 of The Boys season 3. Let us know what you all think in the comments below, wherever you're listening to us on. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, at the Yonkō Table. And if you want to see our video cast, tune in on YouTube at DrJaceAttorney. Give us a like, give us a shout out, and let us know what you all think and where you think The Boys season 3 is going to go after episode 4. But with that, everyone, I'm your Yonkō host, DrJaceAttorney, fellow Yonkō GrandMasterHoop and Supernova Toasty, signing off, everyone, and take care.